What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Post-Gazette Pirates YouTube channel. Bucks fall on the road on Sunday. 5-3 final score here in Lakeland against the Tigers. As always, we've got 3 takeaways. Andrew, I feel like, as always, we got to start with the starting pitcher here.
Yeah, absolutely. Andrew Heaney was the guy on the mound for the Pirates from the outset, and unfortunately for him and the Pirates, another challenging one for him. It was his second start of spring training. First one back at Lecom Park didn't go great. This one, better in some ways, not as good in others. He even admitted afterwards that spring trainings aren't really his thing, evidenced by a career 6.30 ERA across 120 some odd spring training innings, for those of you keeping track at home. But I don't know, I look at it as maybe there's reason for concern, maybe there's not. I have to admit, though, I am a little bit worried if you are a Pirates fan, just given that this is a guy who signed late in spring training.
Yeah, I mean, I think it could be a case where he needs a little more time into the regular season to find his stride, and that's tough when you know one of your 5 starters is not going to be where he needs to be come March 27th on opening day. I will say overall, like you pointed out, the fact that this guy has a history of struggling in spring training and is, he's an established big leaguer. He knows how to get himself ready, even if the numbers aren't pretty in spring. He's put together a decent Major League Baseball career, so that hasn't really led to him having horrible years in the regular season and past. So I think that's part of it. I think another part of it is still adjusting, as Derek Shelton talked about with other new pitchers, where we're going to talk about on this show. They're still figuring out how to use this guy. They're figuring out how to call his pitches, what they like, what they don't like. He's still figuring out how to work with this catching staff. This is all still really new. So, yeah, it hasn't looked good. A lot of hard contact, wasn't hitting his spots. As Andrew pointed out, the velocity's down a little bit. But if this was a younger pitcher, I'd probably be a little bit more concerned. It's a veteran. He knows what it takes to get himself going.
Yeah, not terribly worried about him, and I don't think Pirates fans should be terribly worried about Tommy Pham either.
Yeah, okay.
He left today's game a little bit early. That was with, I believe, left hip tightness was what the Pirates put out there. We had a chance to talk with Tommy Pham post-game. He was not worried, said he would have played through that during the regular season, but a game he actually put forth before the injury, pretty darn impressive. Threw a guy out, hit a home run. It was a pretty good day all around for Pham.
Not just a home run off of Tarek Skubal.
Yeah.
The reigning American League Cy Young winner, took him deep to a pretty deep part of the ballpark here in left center. Yeah. And, I mean, yeah, he flashed the arm playing that shallow defense that he talks about. So I think there was a lot to like here from Tommy Pham. And another takeaway I had, and I don't know if this really got brought up, he was really one of the only veterans that made this trip. Yeah. And I think that says a lot about his role on this team, where, for those who don't know, when it comes to spring training, if you're a veteran, you're not making many road trips on spring training. If you have more than 5 years service time, you're not going on the hour to hour and a half, 2-hour drives away from Bradenton. You're playing most of your games at home, or in the Pirates' case, you're playing at Sarasota. You're playing, somewhere where it's not going to be a long trip. But Tommy Pham made his way out here, and I'm sure that was something that he chose to do because he understands the importance that he feels anyway to be around all these young guys as they're still figuring it out in March.
Yeah, and probably doesn't hurt to get a couple reps against Skubal too. If you can hit against really top pitchers like him, a reigning AL Cy Young Award winner, probably in a good spot with your swing. But Pham did note he's still working through some things. He's not going to put too much stock into his results until the last week of spring training games when you're really getting close to the regular season. But by all indications, good day for him, an impactful day, as you mentioned, Noah. One more guy I think we should probably highlight, Justin Lawrence, the righty they claimed off waivers about a week ago. He made his Grapefruit League debut for the Pirates, previously with the Rockies, had pitched in spring training games earlier this year, but I thought he was particularly impressive. Everybody knows about the sweeper with him and the sidearm action, but actually seeing it in person, he's a funky guy, man. I think he really could be an interesting bullpen option for these Pirates. It's just a matter of whether or not he can get it on the plate, and today he did.
It's funny what happens when you take these guys out of Colorado. Those numbers kind of make a little bit more sense. The sweeper looked good, a lot of soft contact, got the strikeout, just a lot to like in the first. And again, it's one inning, but there's a reason the Pirates went out and got this guy, and they've had success in this type of transaction. I mean, you look no further than Dennis Santana, who pitched again today. Yep. Shelton always talks about how that's an organizational win from top to bottom, and they hope, excuse me, not Lawler. Help me out.
Jordan
Lawrence. Yes, Lawrence. Sorry, a lot of baseball names in this
Jordan
brain of
Lawler,
mine.
big guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Important name.
Lawrence. They hope he can be another one of those successes.
Yeah, and he can be. I think he's amply capable. The sweeper was excellent in 2023. Fell off a little bit last year. 2024, chalk it up. It was a struggle. 2023, he was as good as you could ask for of any reliever at Coors Field.
Yeah.
He's only 2 years removed from that, and he's at 30 years old. He's not by any means, at the back nine of his career. This is his prime. He was hitting 96 with the fastball today. The sweeper spun up a couple of guys out of their cleats. I really liked what I saw from Lawrence today.
Mitch Keller on the bump tomorrow. What do you think we see from him? Is it 4 ups like he did that last time? Is it 4 complete innings, pitch count? What are you expecting?
4 complete innings could very well be in play here.
Yeah.
I think they're looking at a guy that they're building up to be ready for that opening day start.
I agree.
That's at least what I can gather as much. And no, it sounds like you're on the same page.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to see from afar. This is my last day down here for spring training for a little bit, but I'm curious to see from afar, can Mitch Keller put it all together and get through 4 complete innings versus just the 4 ups? Because we know how important it is to get to a certain pitch count threshold. He's looked really good. Can he keep that up?
You know who's also looked really good down here in spring training is Andrew Destin. It was a privilege to have him down here. I'll still be down here. Jason Mackey's down here with us. We'll have videos continuing all throughout spring training. You can follow them, of course, on this YouTube channel at PG Pirates. And you can check out all of our work at post-gazette.com. He's Andrew Destin. I'm Noah Hiles. We'll see you again soon.